In this week's vlog, we have an old friend that comes and visits us after having a little bump and needs a respray. It's the Mustang GT, and you can check it out straight after this. Hey there guys, I'm Alan and welcome to AMDetails. We bring you car care and detailing related videos every week. Subscribe and make sure you smash that bell so you get a notification every time we go live to answer your detailing questions. I've popped myself over here because ding! Coming up now you'll be seeing the vlog and the pictures of the car that has been into us before. So this is the Mustang GT in Grabber Blue. Customer brought it to us originally for G-Technic protection, the whole shebang. And then you may have noticed in that vlog, it was absolutely covered in overspray from the undersealing treatment, which most Mustangs I now believe are having done. It's just crazy. And we ended up having to use nail varnish remover to remove every little bit of it from the paintwork. And then we went through the single stage, enhanced some areas, and put coatings on it. Well, the customer, would you believe it, was having a good time and bumped it. And as you can see, it went for a full respray at Ford. They thought it was going to get written off, but it didn't. So here it is, booked back in with us. I'm not entirely sure if we're wanting it in or not, but here it comes, and we've got to try and tackle all the body shop defects, get the best that we can do to it, then fully protect it as much as we can. That's the brief from the customer. Here's the vlog. Mustang's in! Up in the air, wheels have been loosened, so now we're going to show Finlay how we remove all the excess tape on here, and we'll show you guys that. And then we've got to remove 5 litre badges as well, then survey this paint. We've already had a little look, I'll take you around in a bit. Initial survey complete, and well, it's interesting. Car has come back into us due to having spray work done, and as you can see here we have lots and lots of DA sanding that hasn't been removed. Same again in the door, but this time you can see they've had a go at machining it out and left buffer trail in. So anyone that doesn't know what that kind of nice little shing effect is, that is someone using wool or some sort of buffer but not breaking the polish down enough, so they're leaving their own machine damage in the paintwork. We occasionally do this, and in fact in the last vlog you would have seen I did it with the Rupes, but once you know it's there, it doesn't take much work to get it out. The big problem though is they've not managed to get into the curves. Whoa, the focuses went crazy here. So I've had to switch to manual focus to show you this bit, but this is where they've had problems on this car. So if you imagine, in fact, can I put this on the side? See if this works. Where's my focus? Here we go. So if you imagine you've got your buffer coming in here and it comes up to this curve, it's going to stall. It's not going to want to turn when it gets near this curve, and the same when coming this way, and that's exactly what happened. So in the whole curve, there's DA sand marks that they haven't been able to machine out. So we'll have to come down with our machines and attempt to get that out as well. And basically, I don't think there's a single panel untouched. In every single panel, they've stalled it out in the curves, so that's where our hard work's gonna be, and left buffer trail. So if I just very quickly buzz around here, show you what's going on. Rear bumper, if I remember, was quite bad. See, perfectly right in there, right in that groove. Because above there, that top light, yes, there's some buffer trail, and yes, there's still some DA sanding, but they've managed to remove something. Come down to the groove where it was stalling, that's what the whole bumper would have been like before someone attempted to machine this. So we're gonna have to use the smaller machines to get tight in there to get a nice, smoother finish. As well as that, a couple of other key points when you're machining, guys. Tape up your plastics or be aware of where your machine is going. The whole rear end of this Mustang, you can see exactly where their backing plate is hitting off these rear plastics, leaving polish residue and potentially smoothing the roughness of the plastic. So hopefully there's not much damage done there. We'll address that with AM tar first, and then if that doesn't tackle it, well, I might have to break out the magic sponge, which is an abrasive in itself, so we have to be quite careful not to smooth the rear bumper out when doing it. This area of the bumper, we have some overspray that they haven't removed. Here's a great example of into the curves. Whole way across there, see it? And on the top of that like orange indicator bit. You just haven't got in tight enough, which then hasn't removed the DA sanding. General swirling and flatness on this, and actually quite bad orange peeling on the clear coat. Ideally this would probably need sanded, but it's not something we're going to tackle here. But we might be able to flatten it back quite a bit with just machine. See what we can restore on that. Down the driver's door, buffer trails, usual stuff that we've just been talking about. But we do have a couple of nibs as well. So down here, got a little nib just there, see it? Doom. Someone's had a little go at taking that off. And we've got some sanding right on that leading edge that we're gonna have to tackle. So a lot of stuff close to the edges. Thank you very much. So it's definitely gonna make for an interesting week. What are we gonna be able to achieve? Who knows? We've just to do the best we can with the time we've got on this car, as well as doing the wheels, because they've got to come off now because all four of them were powder coated, and get them coated, engine bay, and just give the interior a little clean up. So I've shown you in a previous vlog, we've got the heat dryer warming up the glue residue on the number plate stickies, and once it's warmed up you're just nice and easy to roll or peel them off. Finley's doing a top job. That's our tip of the week. Ding! Good morning. It's Tuesday. I know, we did quite a bit. I'll show you what. Finally, after scouting around the internet, because my Parcel Force contract isn't good enough, I can't use Parcel Force for this, I've found someone to take this pallet ding, to its destination. If, by the way, you guys happen to be pallet people, get me in the comments down below if you think you can do me a deal on shipping some pallets. We've also been working on the paintwork. A couple of little test areas, but to be honest, we didn't really dig into this much yesterday. With it being Finley's first day, we're looking at some other stuff. So we're hoping that me and Scott are gonna get a pretty good head start on it today. And Finley has a day with Jamie sorting out some chemical stuff upstairs. So, the time is about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Not having much fun getting into the edges of these curves, but I've managed it on the door. And to do it, I've been using these various tools, trying to work out how I can get into the curve, as well as breaking down the polishes. Sometimes not having a tough pad works. Sometimes I have to use the yellow polishing pad, and I'll show you why. Then allows us to get the flexibility we need in here to get the pressure into this curve line to buff that out. What I might actually do is have to come and get the rotary all this, because the DA just isn't cutting it, or I might have to try the little hybrid in and around this area. But for now on the door, that is the option we took. So now I'm going to have a look at the tops. Still proving a little hard to show you guys the defects tight in at this mirror bit, but one little DA session hasn't really cut the mustard. So I'm going to turn it into rotary. Do you see that? And have another little go. Now I've got tight into here, it's time to sort the rest at the top of this door. Let's go! Door done! And you might have seen the end of the time lapse there. I was messing around the mirror area. I used a little hybrid to get in here, then used the 75, but I had a problem trying to get right tight up in here. So I used the LHR's 15 longer throw, moved the mirror back and forward so I could get the lead in, but the throw allowed it to get super close to that plastic. So now that all the cutting's done in the door, let's have a look at the rear quarter. In fact, cancel that, forgot this is a 3-door. I don't want to be leaning against this when I'm doing the roof, so I'm going to do the roof. I can do it with the door open. Thus I've got no danger of touching the paintwork. I've already done. And I can just step up on here, winner, and show you guys the defects in the roof. Hopefully you can just see leading edge there. Gonna have to get tight into this. So let's get this taped up. Tackle that. As you guys will have seen, I have just edged this end of the roof right up to that corner where I showed you there was loads of DA in. It's looking really nice now. But on Scott's side, I've left this fingerprint deliberately so I can get the focus. You can see there is some deep pigtailing left from the sanding, and it runs the whole length of this. He's done the same combination on this side as I managed to do on my side, but we now have to tackle this sanding here. Good afternoon. You join me Wednesday, 25 past 11. I left you yesterday and we were tackling the roof. I've still actually to have a look at the bit Scott was playing with after a couple of microfiber hits. Still isn't cutting the mustard. But this morning Scott's been making his way down this rear quarter, which is starting to look really nice, and I'm about to do the same on the other side. As well as that, we're having a bit of a storeroom clear out. Get rid of all this as we've got some new lines coming in and we need to make some space. And the truck's here to pick up the pallet. Woohoo! Good morning. It's Thursday, the 29th of June. Ugh. And it's that kind of sweaty rain, you know? That rain. And as you'll seen in the B-roll before, Scott has been smashing the front bumper, Jamie has done the wheels, I got stuck in a meeting. Today is a big shift day. Still got quite a bit to do on the Mustang, which as you guys know has been a little bit problematic due to all the other stuff going on, and Dan is doing loads of epic stuff, like he was at BDC, then he's going to Festival of Speed, bits and pieces like that, and with me being chaotic, we haven't managed to get backlog videos, so tonight I am going to go live instead of dropping a vlog. So with the time being 20 to 8, I've already had breakfast, done some bits and pieces, I need to get all of this sorted for the live session. Wait on the gents coming in and tackle the Mustang. How you doing? The time is about 20 to 12, and as you've seen through the B-roll, we've got ready for the live feed. Finley is currently getting ready for the weekend show and setting out the stand with the new labeling system so we know what goes where. Plus, we've just arrived a lot of Maguire's gear and some FlexiPad stuff we might be selling via the website. And a little bit lastminute.com, our friends at Petrolhead Detailing have banged in an order which is ready for this weekend. So hopefully we manage to ship it today and it'll arrive with them tomorrow. Thank you guys. Ding! As well as that, I was doing a bit of filming as we had to remove the badges on this one. Fingers crossed that's going to make for a nice little YouTube video on how to remove your badges from your Mustang, because we all have Mustangs. But what I can do is show you on this side, as we've only taken the badge off, we haven't removed the glue residue or anything like that yet, because it was resprayed. There's DA sanding and pigtailing behind here, so we had to remove them to get rid of that. There we go. I can only apologise about the random autofocusing this is doing. It's got a tiny little bit of dust in where I can't get it. I'm hoping the airline's going to get that out. But every now and again the camera goes, oh, that bit of dust looks like it'd be good to focus on. So back to the Mustang. Now we've removed the badges and done the front arches. It's time to look at this rear quarter for me, taking out this buffer trail and paying attention to this groove, which I might have to do some manual focus. No, there it is. Once again, we're full of body shop DA sanding in there. So, time for a time lapse. As you guys have seen, I've just made myself around this area of the rear bumper, and now the next challenge is getting in tight to that groove there. Look at all the DA pigtailing in there, and then we have some overspray here. It's going to be interesting. Now 6 o'clock, quickly grabbing a little bit of a microwave meal before going live on this setup, and Finley has very nicely displayed some products as well. So that's going to be me. I'll go live and then I'll see you guys after that back on the Mustang. Live stream done. YouTube is just doing its crazy processing thing that it does, and then it'll be live for all you guys to watch. If you want to see it, I'll plop it up there. Good morning. It is Friday and it's just coming up for 10 o'clock. Today we have an Alfa Romeo in for protection detail, and that is being covered by Jamie and Finlay. And as the B-roll shown, me and Scott were here late last night trying our best to get as much done as we can, but we never quite got there. So job for me this morning, finish the bonnet. And then Scott's mission is the pillars and the boot, and finally, I think that'll be us for taking the tape off, checking her over, wipe down, coating. It has been quite a big job, this one. Not entirely sure we get it done this week. It might end up being a Monday or a Tuesday pickup. Time is now 2 o'clock, and as you've seen, the Alpha is inside already, and that is the final coat of wax going on. A little bit of hard work on this one. We had to remove a lot of old polish residue from all the edges and white chalky residue from the plastics, but it is now looking good. And on the Mustang, the bonnet is nearly there. It's looking so sweet. We've just got to pay attention to this leading edge and then get the hybrid into these tight areas. And as you've guessed it, we didn't manage to get the Mustang finished that week, but the Alpha did look sweet, and it's currently been playing up here, and I will leave it up there as I just give you guys a little update on the end of that week and what's coming up. So I'm speaking to you now, Monday the 10th of July. I've just finished editing or composing all the footage from the Mustang vlog, and I'm just about to fire it over to Daniel. But I wanted to very quickly cover little things that were in that live feed and what is happening actually this weekend. So in the live feed I did of this week, I was telling you all that I'm going to be at Waxstock. That's right, I will be there at Waxstock, guys. I'm not going to be with G-Technic or anyone else. I'm actually going to be there as Alan, just roaming around doing my thing. But I will be supporting all my friends, the G-Technic family, the IDA, the Rupes crew. I'm going to be checking out every single stand and make sure I introduce myself to everyone and hang out and say hello. But most importantly, I'm going to be there with Shop and Shine, who are going to have the AMDetails range on the stall. I cannot believe it. The AMDetails range is going to be at Waxstock. It is going to be amazing. So fingers crossed to see you guys there. I'll maybe do a couple of AMDetails related demos, Q&As, and then you can go and see Dom and the crew at Shop and Shine to buy the products. And then this weekend, July 16th, I am going to be at Autosave in Edinburgh Gyle. That's right, guys, I'm going to be down in Edinburgh. They invited me down, so I'm going to come down and do a little open day. 3 hours of demos, hanging out, chilling, doing our thing. So they're going to be open 10 till 4. I'm going to be there 11 till 3. I'm already down there visiting family, so I thought I'd pop over, support Autosave, and do a couple of demos for all you guys. If you want to attend, guys, come along between 10 and 4. But in the description down below will be the Facebook link. Go down there, say you're going to be coming to the event. It'd be really, really cool to see all you guys. I'm excited, super excited to be doing a demo that isn't at AMDetails, and to come down south and see the borders area of Scotland people, because Edinburgh's excellent. People can come up from England and they can come down from where we are. So it's going to be super cool, and hopefully I'll see you all there. Keep yourselves tuned in. Next week you will get to see what happens with the Mustang. Do we finish it? Will it ever be finished? Also coming up in a super cool vlog, we have a Honda DC5. So if you want to make sure that you see that, guys, down here is the little subscribe button. Make sure you hit that and subscribe. Really looking forward to bringing that content to you. Really looking forward to coming down to Edinburgh to see everyone at Autosave and then attend Waxstock. And if you guys have enjoyed this vlog, then I have been Alan from AMDetails. We bring you car care and detailing related content every week. Subscribe and make sure you smash the bell, so you get a notification every time we go live and drop a video. Come straight onto your phone. You just go, oh my god, I can see a new video. Plus, over here are 2 videos chosen just for you. Ciao.